All right, could the Detroit Lions draft a wide receiver in the 2025 NFL draft? I kind of been vaguely following it. I know y'all gonna kill me when I say this. I kind of been getting my information from Mel Kiper. I kind of just been listening to Mel Kiper. And then they got rid of Todd McShafer. I forget the other guy's name. Real quirky, fun type of guy. No Diddy. I forget the guy's name. But yeah, I kind of been listening to their podcast and on the draft, whatever. And I was listening the other day. They didn't have a receiver going. Until like I think the late teens or 20s. They didn't have a receiver going to the late teens or 20s. So yeah, I found that very, very interesting. So I know it's a lot of talk about the kid from Arizona State. Arizona. I think he like 6'5" or whatever. So yes, a lot of talk about him. Ibuka from Ohio State, Golden, I think from Texas. So I'm learning, y'all. I'm learning what's going on in these draft streets. But it says the Lions 2025 NFL wide receiver big board. Now, kind of where I got the idea from. He says here are several receivers the Lions could target in 2025. So Matthew Golden out of Texas, I think he ran like a 4.29, 6 foot, 195 pounds. Caught 580 balls. Let me see. I think that's the kid that ran like a 4.29 out of Texas. Let's see. They always leaving out important information. Put the 40 time in there. That's all we care about. Let me see. Let's see. So, yes, he ran a 4.29. So, more of a slot receiver. They got enough of those. The Lions need a alpha receiver, but, Luther Burden from Missouri, 6 feet, 206, possesses natural playmaking skill instincts, forced to be reckoned with in the open field. He profiles a dynamic, high-profile slot receiver. They got enough slot receivers. I hate to say it. Emeka Mbuka, standing 6'1", 202, has recently been mocked to the Lions at 28. Ohio State is a solid raw runner equipped with the quality ball skills and strong catching rates. Additionally, he profiles an impact slot receiver much same. They got so many slot receivers, but what's so funny about it, I heard that Mel Kiper was saying that he's just not a slot receiver, but his 40 time that he supposed to run at this pro day is, it's going to have a lot to do. It's going to have a lot to do with how people view him as a slot or on the outside. So, if he didn't run that 40 at the combine, then, for the most part, we already know the 40 time ain't gonna be no good. He ain't really fast, and sometimes that don't matter. You know what? Jerry Rice ran a 4.6 or 4.5 or something like that. So a 40 time is literally not everything. It's literally not everything. It's literally not everything. So that's the thing about it. A lot of people put a lot of, emphasis on that 40 time, but I mean, we'll see. Elick Ao Manor from Stanford, 6'2", 206, quick with proficient long speed, raw run ability. While Canadian-born wideout is raw, he has necessary talents to one day become a top 3 wide receiver in the field. He was all ACC. I thought Stanford was in the Pac-12. Maybe I think they did do some restrengthening. So Jaden Higgins from Iowa State, 6'4", 214, is a big body receiver who possesses a high and catch radius, solid raw running ability. He's also equipped with next level ball skills and strong football IQ. All of this gives the Iowa State product a chance to grow into a reliable contributor. So it's not like he got the height. Trey Harris, Ole Miss, has a knack for succeeding in contested catch situations and subsequently a legit red zone threat. However, at this juncture, Curry still needs to prove his route run. So he got a lot of guys there. Bonds, heard about him, In reality, they need somebody who can play on the outside. They got enough little small routes, little slot receivers. But, at the end of the day, They haven't pulled the trigger on a Tyler Lockett yet, or haven't looked at Amari Cooper. So I mean, maybe they draft one. I doubt it to be in the first round. But if it's best player available and that's the best player by the far on the board, they will get that. The whole thing is when you hear people start talking about the Detroit Lions and what they need to do, what they need from an offense, from a team standpoint, is defense. But once again, when they say that, they continue to leave out the fact they had over 19 players on IR on defense alone. So it wasn't like they offense wasn't starting to come around. It was. I mean, the defense wasn't starting to come around. It was just injury. So really, the emphasis really need to be on durability. If we keeping it real, the emphasis need to be on durability. So yeah, that's what their emphasis need to be on durability. So we start kind of talking about these things, man. Yes, that's where they emphasis need to be on. Durability. But yeah, if they choose to get a receiver and that's what they choose to do, I ain't really knocking it. I get it. They do need an additional receiver. They do need somebody to come out there and dominate out wide. Um, that's what they need. You know, that's what they need. So hopefully they can figure that out and they can make that happen. But I wouldn't be the maddest person in the room if that's the route they took in the first round. But at the end of the day, they need edge, and if they're not going to acquire an edge via trade or a veteran that we can trust and believe in, and they walk out this draft without a high profile edge, I mean, they're gonna hype this shit up. These content creators, the people, because the Lions were 15-2, but we all know they don't get no help on the edge. It's a wrap. Marcus Davenport will get injured again. It's inevitable. He will get injured again. And like I said before, you got two of your prominent pass rushers coming off injury. Hutchinson and then Liam McNeil, both coming off injuries. So, I mean, it is what it is, man. But, I mean, they need to be focused on edge rusher. Maybe they feel like they can find one later in the draft or whatever that situation may be. But, hey, let me know what you girls and guys think. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Hit the link tree. Find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Amazon, Kick, Twitch, the whole nine. Um, Hit the link tree. It's the first link in the description. Appreciate the love and support. Let me know in the comment section. Peace.